Welcome back to Azran Legacy. Alright, so we're still exploring London to see what we can find. So, Chippy draws huge crowds. A local fish and chip shop in London has reached unprecedented popularity. The daily queues are so long they require police supervision. What the fuck?
Okay. We have great fish and chips, but no fish and chip shop I know has a concert length queue.
Jova.
That's where you're...
Oh dear, what is it? What's wrong? Don't tell me. Vandalism? Cut up a tree? Attempted pedantry?
None of the above, Constable. Actually, it would really help us if you knew a good place where we could get a bite to eat.
What's pedantry?
I guess it's...
I don't know either.
I'll tell you when you grow up, Luke.
Oh, come on, I've already experienced several things that are way outside my age
You're
bracket.
not
I think I
old
can handle
enough.
pedantry.
No, you
Trust
can't.
us when you're not old enough.
Oh, absolutely. Any constable without a proper knowledge of the local digestibles doesn't know his badge from his elbow.
Oh, is that true? Are British constables required to know where food places
Oh
are?
my god.
No, half the
Pedro,
time emergency service people don't get a lunch break. Like, there's no
Pedro.
fucking time.
Pedro, this explains why Barton of all people is so high up on the totem pole.
I guess.
See, if you're looking for a bit of gourmet cuisine, I'd have to recommend the local Chippy.
Trout and
Trout and-
about. Ugh.
Ah, that's the chip shop that was mentioned in the World Times, isn't it? The one with a
Wonderful.
mile-long queue.
What's wrong with
How
calling it a fish bar?
How to be a part of that queue I am. You'll catch me there every morning, 10:15 on the dot, or my name's not Bobby.
We call it the
Ah, and his name is Bobby.
Bobby.
Ha ha ha.
Bobby.
Ha ha ha.
10:15 every morning. Don't you have a job to do?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's where your pound taxis go to do it.
We're paying for
Yeah.
their chippies.
Yeah, so they can wait in the
Hold
bloody
on. That's what he
queue.
says.
I resent the invocation, miss. I'll have you know I keep the peace in that queue. That's what the job's all about. People are willing to kill each other for that food.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds like someone's making excuses.
All right, Luke, you're
Accuse
under.
the very police.
All right, Mr. Triton, you're under arrest.
Oh, come on. Who wouldn't give a left arm just to get a taste of that crispy batter, that light and fluffy fillet? Oh, my glands.
I'm convinced.
Duke, no.
Of what?
I'm going to try.
There's only one way to redeem your good name, Constable Bobby. Show us the way.
No, it isn't.
Tell me, do you know the way? Yes, you see, the thing is, I can't. I mean, I love to, but it goes against my moral compass. Can't make that queue any longer than it already is.
That's not your problem. If people want to
That's
queue,
not
that's
how
their
this
business.
works.
What? After telling us how nice it is, you're not even going to show us where it is. That's not fair. That's not just.
All's fair in food and drink, kid. Speaking of food and drink, want to try a puzzle about bridge construction?
Is
What
the
does that have
Azran,
to do with the
is
chippy?
is the Azran legacy actually code for we don't know shit about Britain? You know, you've been making these games since 2007 and you still haven't figured it out.
Look, I'm trying to create my... Look, I went there in a research trip, and I found London, the real London, to be very boring and not quirky enough, so I decided to create my own version of London, okay?
Yeah, you
You
gave us
know,
good fish and chips too.
You know, you do know that the food there isn't really that good.
Look,
Objection, Jova!
Look.
It's better than your heart attacks on a bun!
look, okay,
yes.
before Dwebs eats Jova, let me just finish
No, Pedro, let them do it. It's actually easier to get disposed after that.
Oh my god. The war pragmatist, aren't you?
Let me
Theo?
put it this way. He probably would reply to that with, look, it's much easier for me to make this London charming if the food tastes good, okay? Let me take my artistic liberty. It makes the game better.
What the lies, the lies.
I don't think anyone comes into my games expecting a proper portrayal of London.
My imagination can only take so much.
Yeah. Hino, you are dating.
And then Hino's like, and then Hino turns to you, Sure, and he's like, well, that's like a you problem, isn't it? Like,
Here we go. A breach middle drunk.
Hino, you
Also,
are
I don't know what
dangerously-
the constable is talking about. We love to queue around here.
Okay. To be fair to Akira Hino, though, to be fair, there was a show that was meant to be like a more realistic depiction of how the youth of Newcastle upon Tyne
would
lived
you
their lives.
believe it?
And, and that ended with the characters getting meta and realizing they're in a TV show. So
Well then, oh no.
All that did was make me even hungrier. And was the
Biker
work one
Grove.
really necessary?
look up Biker Grove ending.
All right, fine. You've appealed to my batter nature. Go straight ahead, and it's the 3rd Street on the right. I warn you, though, you'll need about 3 hours minimum if you want to try that tongue-addling taste. Oh, and also
Well, just-
you need to fight through a bunch of bloodthirsty Britons all trying to get it.
A whole 3 hours?
Be better off going Subway.
Oh, you have Subway too?
Yeah,
Guess not then. Last time we waited that long for food, Luke started hallucinating. Remember the giant walking steaks, Luke?
I see them in my nightmares still.
Yeah, just go to the subway.
yeah.
You know, we could just. I don't have a job to do here. I can't just stand here forever. My hand's hurting from the saluting.
You need to keep saluting. That's your job.
His elbow clicks every time he puts his arm down.
Like one of the
Your loss, but I suppose that's plenty more fish and chips in the sea.
it's funny.
Yeah, let's put a stamp on it and move on.
You're bad at your job and you're bad at puns.
In fact,
Need my help again? Just amble over and see what I can do.
and look at that, Teo. In
In
true,
social competence.
look at that, Teo. In true level 5 fashion, finish a side quest and you stamp the thing on it.
And of course, why am I not surprised that the side quest yields yet another puzzle?
Maybe you could tell us where to find a more cooperative policeman.
So yeah, as you can see, the side quest boiled down to a funny little quirky mini story with a puzzle in the middle of it, basically.
I'm fine with that.
A bit similar to the special episodes of the crossover.
Mm-hmm. Snowman seen dissing at night.
The night is spreading through Fromberg.
The point is, there's a
Professor.
the point is there's a snowman terrorizing people in Frauenburg. So let's go to Frauenburg.
Simply touch a destination and the Bostonians will take us there in no
Where have
time.
you been, Professor?
In the
Yeah, no, that's
in the Bostonians. Well, to be fair, Tail, like Luke is with Emmy, you know, like he's with an adult. I mean,
But it's amazing, so much screen time without Layton.
No, it's
I'm
also more of a
amazed.
case of
Old adventure.
they solved the puzzle without him.
well, actually, well, Shira, this is technically, Shira, I've already made that joke because this is literally a
Great
Layton World
landing,
adventure.
Great landing, Mr. Pilot. You managed to flatten only one house this time.
So is Sycamore cat dad yet?
All right.
Yes.
Oh boy, time to play dress up again.
I see that. I see that the
Says the guy-
coming along wonderfully, Layton.
Says the guy who's dressing up Cat differently in every part.
Well, that's because that's part of her character, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also part of these specific characters, like Prima in particular,
And,
to
and you
play
know
dress up.
And you know what I like to do with characters and their characterization? Exaggerate the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Isn't that flenderization?
Yes, but it's fun when I do it because I'm only the player.
Of
So
course.
Why
my
are
God,
Knuckles,
those are
why
literally
Knuckles,
Knuckles.
yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
why Knuckles gauntlets.
Go ahead, Shira.
You finished? I wonder what you put together for me. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like, God forbid the creators do it, but no, a fandom will pinpoint one thing about a character and it'll be their
wow.
entire personality for the next decade.
Here it is.
Ah, well, it's definitely cute.
The professor made it, so you know who to blame.
I like mini.
She's actually complimenting me here, Luke. But you don't appear to be entirely satisfied, though, Prima.
Looks up.
Well, I was thinking it would be nice to have a cat ears headband or something.
There you go.
Oh.
This is why.
With my hat.
See, this is why I cast you as Prima. There you go.
What's wrong with my hat?
It doesn't
Sorry,
have cat
Professor.
ears.
Which it's interesting, this because if you take a look at that hat in the outfit, it looks like a prototype version of Cat's hat.
Yeah, just colour it a bit, then you'll be onto something. Very well. We'll take that into consideration.
We'll
Okay,
let you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if the
I'll
clothing.
have my people call your people.
I wouldn't be surprised if the whole clothing mechanic was derived from this game.
Oh, it was like okay. I don't have evidence of it, but I'm pretty confident it was because it definitely feels a bit too strange of a coincidence. Like that this game has this, and then the next game has an even more focus on changing clothes. So yeah,
Not bad.
Congrats,
Dot,
that
dot, dot.
outfit didn't entirely suck.
It's
We
also...
just have to improve it, Layton. And then we also have to work on the outfit for my mom, too.
yeah. We'll
She's right,
Well,
though.
but-
Everything with
we'll,
Bonnie is...
we'll eventually. I'm not gonna solve everybody's request, but I am going to show most of them because they actually.
Well,
Yes.
well, Luke, your mom's gonna.
Hold on. Let Pedro finish.
Well, I was kind of almost done. I'm going to show most of them. Go on.
Well, Luke, just like for good times with your dad, your mom's gonna have to wait.
Wait, good times with my
If you solve
dad.
if you solve Brenda's request, you actually has a really nice sweet scene between her and Clark. So it's really good.
I'm
Wow,
saying your
Luke.
dad. I'm saying your dad is shitty at.
This
you
is
know.
why your mother didn't have an issue. They're both sleeping with Layton.
Oh my god, Layton, please!
Hey, they're consenting.
Yeah, it's
Oh
consensual,
my God,
Shiroi.
you're swinging with my parents!
What's wrong with that?
Look,
Have you not
God.
read
look,
the
and then Clark's like, look. We were young, like we were experimenting, like it's,
It's always the
Remember, you
experimentation
still
in
are.
college.
They're adults with needs.
Yeah, what's
Also,
wrong with
again,
that?
we
All right. Anyway, I know. Out there at night, dancing all alone. I heard it'd be heartbreaking if it weren't so scary.
Oh,
Go ahead.
horror.
I heard it only wakes up at night. For all you know, it could even be that one right behind you!
You got
What? Oh, don't say things like that. I'll definitely be staying in tonight and locking my doors too. I like how her shades don't actually cover her eyes completely.
They're more pensionies, kinda.
Dancing
think that's the term.
snowman. It's the first I've heard of it.
About that, Sycamore.
The snowman you built may have started to gain a following, Professor.
I did
Baba.
not account for that. According to the World Times, it was doing some flamenco dancing upside down. That's one talented snowman.
Just like I did with your dad last night.
Professor, please!
That snowman's only skill is to hide the operating mechanism for the ice wall. It certainly cannot dance.
There we are.
No.
There's some new. There's a new piece of development for Dick Layton. He's bi.
Sure.
Nice. And frankly, anyone who would believe such a thing is a superstitious dullard. No doubt a snowstorm occurred in the distance.
Well,
Oh shit!
who's back?
You came the hell out of nowhere. You had a heart attack.
Look at that, it's the hunk in the hat. Oh, did you know? We've added another mascot to our growing family of snowmen. Say hello.
You've got quite the selection now. Did something happen to boost your sales?
Well... Oh, it's all about advertising. Ever since the insoluble snowman featured in the World Times, business has been booming.
I fear you won't be able to maintain your sales figure with no more than rumors to entice customers.
Look at this
You
fucking stick in
have
the
no
mud.
fucking idea, Sycamore.
He has a point. If no one gets to witness this insoluble snowman for themselves, sooner or later they'll get suspicious.
Yep.
Yeah, but I've already got their money after that, though, hadn't I? So,
That too.
Well, that
I mean,
implies she's
this is
gonna
a
take
small
the
enough
money and
town. They
run.
probably know where you live.
Unless she takes the money and runs and starts a new identity.
Well, then they're the guilty ones for hounding someone at their house just because of something I didn't actually say.
Well, I suppose you're right. If it comes to that, I'll have to put on a suit and dance the flamenco myself.
Okay, if you do that, then that's your own bloody fault.
He is going to maintain the lie for that sweet, sweet
By
paycheck.
committing fraud.
Will you be able to pull something like that off?
Oh, now, it's not like the snowman has an identity I'm frauding off, so it's technically not fraud.
Or should we volunteer Emmy to do it?
She's too
Absolutely not.
skinny. She's too skinny, I'm afraid.
Too skinny.
Look at her, she's about as thin as a wire. She wouldn't pass for a snowman to save her life, even if it
Hey,
was
hey,
melting.
hey! I've seen her.
As it happens, I've been learning. Sometimes I even do the odd cartwheel in the snow when nobody's looking.
You like that foot in your mouth, Layton? You don't suppose there's any chance that the photo in the World
Well-
Times is actually just mash it?
Well,
There you go.
Emmy,
Turns
if
out.
it's- Well, Emmy, if it's your foot in my mouth, then
Look,
sure.
turns
Please,
out. Please.
Okay, I need HR immediately.
It's feasible. Very feasible.
So that turns out the snowman is actually her.
I hope so.
Yes, what was that?
Oh, nothing at all.
Please
'Cause I'd
ignore
have
the
to
foot in
kill
mouth
you.
comment. Please ignore the foot in mouth comment.
Yes, you're right, it was nothing. Otherwise, I would have to silence you. I know gossip when I see one.
Permanently.
Come on, spit it out.
Okay, fine. She puts my foot. Yeah, fine. I like it when people's feet are in my mouth. There. Do you like it? Do you happy now?
Ignoring the weirdos, we were simply debating whether we should buy one of your delightful mascots.
Yes, that's right. I just couldn't decide between carrots, grotty, or Binky. They're all very well made.
The fuck is a
Good,
binky?
good. That would be
Merchandise.
60
Binky the Clown?
euros.
From Garfield, maybe? I don't know.
God, I hope not.
Binky sounds wrong somehow.
Well, why didn't you say so? I recommend Grotty. Look at his tiny little eyes. He looks, rather like your friend there. The one with the beady black shark eyes.
Did someone steal my trademark eyes?
Layton, there's quite a few people who also have beady eyes in this.
But I popularized it.
Sure.
Soon, we'll have enough revenue to make a mini insoluble snowman. I was thinking of calling her Solvi, after you know who.
What?
No, her friend, Solvig. Alright.
Alright.
That was the story
That
of
was
how she
productive,
will
I guess.
carry on the most greatest heist of all marketing.
Alright, our next side quest is in COD, so let's go there.
Yes, touch the destination. Come on, we're off to COD. I hear they do great foot massages there. I mean, for me.
Again, we're mostly specialized in fishing. Oh.
Mhm.
Well, they have to. Well, they have to relax somehow after all that
I
hard
still
work. with
wonder
the
if they
fishes.
actually did made a covenant with
A prehistoric
one of the-
visitor, there have been a number of recent sightings of a long-necked monster in Lake Cod that the locals have taken to calling Coddy.
Sorry, Azran Legacy, Last Spectre beat you to having a dinosaur in a hidden lake.
True.
Well,
Even though way more like a manatee, as me and Tio pointed out, but I digress.
alright, well, shit name aside, I am actually curious to see how this goes.
Alright, Teo, you're
What
up
could
in a
possibly
moment.
go wrong?
Alright, smell fresh. Alright,
What
let's.
else would they do?
So, Boris, what's up? Let me just. I actually forgot what I'm. Okay.
Sorry, Boris, could you hold on for a second? I'm actually...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Wait
check.
till you're-
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I was just gonna check what's going on here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, shit, train!
Train!
Yes.
I like trains.
Nice.
I like trains.
No selfie. Go away. All right.
Instantly dies.
All right.
Yeah,
So Boris, what's up?
You're the last from before. You're looking well.
Good to
She
know.
actually has modern clothes now.
Yep.
How can you tell?
Because I'm actually a doctor.
Male intuition? I don't know.
You look livelier. Spring in your step. That wasn't there before. I'm glad. Although she kinda...
It's
Because he has eyes on the side, you know.
There you go. See, it's that face there. There you go.
I appreciate your observation.
This is something that I really like as well. Like ever since she starts hanging out with Layton in the gang, the characters keep pointing out how she's slowly starting to show more humanity. You know, like in small little moments like this that I really like. Okay, instead of
Tell
just
me, Aurora, where is your humanity?
Jova, please.
What
Wait.
you should ask? I was the one who named it.
Oh,
I
You know,
prefer not
you know the
to
word-
talk about it out in the open.
You know what's most surprising, Jova, is that line apparently was cut from the final game. So I don't even know where that line came from in the final
Java was
version of
referring
Detroit.
I think Java was referring to Wonder Woman 1984, Pedro.
Oh, is that? Did they say that in that movie too?
Yes,
they
I don't even
did say it
remember.
in that as well.
in the museum.
I'm not even kidding. I don't even remember.
Well,
It's the
sorry,
part
not
where
the
Diana
museum,
talk-
the White House.
It's the part about where Diana questions, Barbara about how she's losing her humanity, her joy, her friends.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, I think I got it.
The wish.
Ah,
Right,
what?
I
Keep in mind, though, in regards to David Cage, that's a line that he apparently cut. So apparently, even David Cage thought that line was overdoing it.
What a piece of shit movie. Moving on.
More fish.
Yeah,
Okay, there's
just open
no.
a man's oven while he's there.
You know, considering...
Well, there could have been a hint coin in there.
If you
Oh, there,
eat
see? A hint coin in the oven. See?
If you eat so much fish, you'll end up having phosphorus poisoning and you end up spontaneously combust yourselves. Not much, but it's Isba. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, that's another thing that I like about the side quests. Sometimes you'll even get areas that will open up only if you do these side quests. So yeah, you do get some good extra stuff from doing these side quests.
Azran Legacy is definitely a contender for the most expansive Layton experience
Oh, no.
you'll find.
I mean, the fact that you go around the whole world basically gives this game the biggest scale the series has seen so far. We'll have to see what they do with New World of Steam. But yeah, so far, this is the one that has the biggest scale because you literally go to so many different places. Again, it's literally a Layton world adventure. Literally.
You see, here in World Adventure you travel the world, but in World of Steam, you travel amongst the most grandest scale nation
The town-
in the world.
not to
for all
me-
its different climates,
Well-
peaks and valleys of the United States of flippin' America.
Well, they're already off to a great start by having the greatest city name in Layton history, Steam Bison. So,
Anyway, critics like my name, but I'm tired of it.
Nice. So has Coddles always lived in the lake? Or did it only surface after the ruins were discovered?
How do I put it? Cuddles doesn't live here anymore.
It changed its identity to Gordy. Oh, did it leave?
I hate it.
You what?
What, mate?
You what, mate?
You ate the monster.
look, I was hungry, okay?
I mean, if the subscribing theory about it being a plesiosaurus, it should
Go ahead.
taste like a reptile.
Go ahead, that's Joe.
How could you just eat it? It could have been the last of its kind. You could have made millions off of its
Well-
discovery.
That's not my problem.
Comrade, you know what they say about separating families. Now hold your horses. It wasn't really anything special, just a giant eel.
Oh,
Was it a man-eating eel from Princess Bride?
An eel?
It actually tastes great.
No, eel is very tasty.
Oh, not slimy.
No,
They're like long, thin fish. I can sort of see why you might think they look like monsters. Do they taste like fish too?
slightly different, a bit fattier than that.
They're kind of
Especially
sweet too.
It was huge, longer than my boat from boat. Oh, it was the lago. Okay.
Oh my god.
It must have been quite frightening.
It's okay. I succeeded the QT, you know.
Why didn't you share this with anyone else? Imagine.
Sheer chance my photo made it look 10 times bigger. Never thought the media would go crazy over it.
Oh my god, it's the perfect scam. People will constantly search for it without knowing it's
ripping me up
dead.
with the lads, though. The lads.
Then, the fact of the matter is that no monster existed here at all.
Well,
Everyone who
hold
played
on.
Mario
Just
64
leave
Hold on.
facts.
Hold on, let's look at this from a certain point of view. There was technically a monster in that eel, and the legend of it lives on, so...
Milk
And
it.
here I was hoping I'd have the chance to talk to it. Oh well, I guess I'll have to wait till I die too.
It's funny because the first game Kuni also had a Loch Ness kind of joke in the Wizard's Companion, but that kind of went nowhere.
I guess
To disappoint. I'll treat you to a meal next time I catch one.
I guess Hino is a Nessie fan.
Apparently so is Shu Takumi, given again...
Yeah.
Then
Maybe-
again, those two trade notes so much. I'm not too surprised
You
that
have
they
to
share a lot
understand,
of
Jova,
common
that
interests.
Yu-Gi-Oh also has a Loch Ness equivalent of a monster card.
I guess Japan in general really likes the Nessie
Not
legend.
just that, Jova. Since they have their own yokai myths, they actually like
Oh, yeah, true.
Western
Yeah.
cryptids of any kind, like Yogo Pop.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
True,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
Monster, the abominable
Mothman.
snowman,
All right. So.
Bigfoot, El Chupacabra.
All right. So that's one more mystery solved. Time to start
To the
our
jungle.
journey looking for the Azran eggs.
Nah, not to the jungle. To Frohenborg.
But we
Or
were
am
just
I-
there.
I'm actually.
Now we're going back there,
I'm
apparently.
actually wondering if I. Okay, never mind. I think I actually forgot.
no.
I actually forgot what my thought process was
Professor,
here.
make up your mind, please.
An untamed
There's so
jungle
many
that's
lovely
home to many
places to
undiscovered
go.
species. It's a shame its delights remain a mystery to the world. Well, I guess might as
Not
well.
when we're done with it.
Yep.
Good thing
Come on,
Layton
Luke.
isn't the one who's actually driving.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
This is why you should wear seatbelts, Professor.
Oh.
According to what we discovered in the Azran Dome, there ought to be an egg around here. It looks so tropical and green. It's going to be boiling out there, isn't it?
Oh boy, a chance to wear my summer clothes.
Actually, Professor,
Layton Summer Alt.
Professor, the Y-like location is another location. Save that for when we get to the beach location later.
Have you seen how thick the jungle is? How are we going to find that egg out there?
Dense as it may be, Luke, your keen eye must have caught a glimpse of the small village amongst the foliage, no?
Yep.
A village? I did spot a clearing, but it was just full of enormous mushrooms. Maybe
you
we
see
should
it?
eat some.
Did you see a crazy man with a big mustache there?
He was
Indeed.
wearing red and had an M for a hat.
And I find it unlikely that he'd grow to such size naturally. One should be wary of shit, though.
They're living
Although
in the mushrooms.
Although I did see another crazy bald man with a giant mustache.
So
Although
wait,
it looked
Shiro,
like he was accosted by a giant red echidna.
So wait, Shiro, they're the Smurfs? Huh?
I guess?
Indeed.
All right.
Actually, I could totally see Jim Carrey play Professor Sycamore.
Sure. Well, Tim Curry is not probably will not work at this point.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, not due to his
Yeah.
condition. Which is the thing, there are so many roles Tim Curry would be great for playing in this, and Jesus help me with the pictures.
Look at all these fabulous colors. I'm sorry, but you'll have to spare me a few minutes for my photo album.
I mean, we're in a hurry here.
well, not necessarily, Professor.
Oh, if I recall correctly, I think this jungle is supposed to be in the Australia region of the world.
We
I
were
The
contemplating
Amazon
queuing
forest,
3 hours for a Chippy. We have time.
I don't know the exact specific spot. I can like most of the locations you can tell it's simulating a specific location from the world. This one I can't quite place
Again,
it.
It feels to me
If I
more
recall
equivalent to the Amazon
correctly-
rainforest.
Probably.
If I recall correctly, the map unfortunately doesn't show the exact location you're going to with each selection.
They want. I think they want to remain vague for the sake of making sure people don't notice any errors or something.
I could definitely get where you're coming from on assuming that this is the Amazon jungle. It does look like that. This could also be one of those Australia jungle zones, though, too, potentially. Although it is probably more likely this is the Amazon.
Sheriff, if you please.
Okay, I'm sure it's burped.
Oh, it's not even marked on the map. Almost as though it were some kind of lost paradise.
And now, with your pictures, we can expose it to the world!
The true British, modus operandi.
Indeed.
By the way, you're all Brits, so...
If it were the two British modus operandi, we'd have taken this stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, to all the Brits amongst the party, which I guess is pretty much everyone but Aurora, try not to steal too much.
I think I prefer a less pongy paradise.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I guess
Smells?
I guess she refers maybe to the elasticity of the mushroom.
I'll look it up.
Pongy
Pongy,
means
to
having
give off an
bad
unpleasant
smell.
steak.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
It's apparently a dialect used from the UK, Australia, and New Zealand.
Well, there you go, Debs. Go ahead. Jova.
Right. I'd like to speak to that young man over there. He may help us find the egg before our nostrils even take it in.
This is a
Good
real
lord.
brain scratcher. No? Oh no! My hair! It's got me! It's eating my hand!
I guess this is the ancient mushroom kingdom.
yeah, let's go with that.
Excuse me, sir. I'm just wondering...
It's eating me alive! What? Don't you get it? God, I don't have time for this. It's almost sundown. Don't you have a sense of humor? Jesus.
Well, first you need to be funny. Also, it looks like a Metroid, I guess. Maybe that's the joke.
He lost it
No.
when he won his professor title.
That's not exactly how I foresaw that conversation going.
What on earth was he doing? Makes you wonder,
Panicking
isn't
under
it?
his hairdo for some reason.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Shira. I didn't notice you were back. Go ahead.
Maybe that's just a normal way for people to act in this village.
Okay, I'm not going to tell them how to live their lives.
Oh, wow, Professor. That's a surprisingly sensible thing for you to say.
Are you sure you're okay?
Are you sure you're okay?
Are you taking
Well,
your
no, I
meds?
could get away. No. I could get away with my being a dick to people because I was in my own country. We're in a foreign land here. I'm not going to embarrass myself and the whole country by doing shit that I used
How
to do back
surprisingly diplomatic of you.
All right.
Hey, hey, when I'm a dick to my own people. If I'm a dick to everybody else, it's going to spread. Then I won't get any more acting work.
All right, everybody.
Might start a
man.
war,
All right, everybody. In the next part, we start asking the locals for the potential location of the Azran egg. So see you then.
Yeah.
See ya.